With Halloween only 2 nights away, the Halloween houses are in full swing, including one in Cold Lake that has a little more entertainment value than most. Fraser Snowden reports.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld.
The house, which is covered with lights, skulls, and a singing pumpkin, has been grabbing attention from across the city for the past 20 years.
Started when my kids were really young and just started decorating and growing it every year and creating a little bit of a community hotspot for Halloween.
And the neighborhood has watched it grow as kids and now bring their own to enjoy it.
I think it's a very awesome tradition that he's kept up for generations with my family. I was born and raised in Cold Lake, and I've been watching his Halloween decorations grow.
My graveyard smack.
I have a 16-year-old son, and I bring him here to the display about once a week since he's started it, and he loves it. He absolutely just loves music.
Decorating took Martin Belial more than 40 hours to do. He says people may notice a few changes to the lighting this year.
Few different things. I've got a lot of smart lighting on the house that I can program to any different colors on that. So I've made some changes, added a whole bunch of skeletons to it, and I like to change it up a little bit every year just to give folks something a little different to see. Added a couple more songs this year.
Belial's is one of 2 homes getting some attention in the area. One behind the Tri-City Mall is watching you as you check it out and displays a projection show on the whole house. In Cold Lake, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.
It may not be camping season anymore, but a local man will have a brand new tent trailer to enjoy next summer after winning a national contest. Now, over 12,000 Canadians told Go Rving Canada why they love to camp, but of course, there could only be one winner. Steve Callahan says he entered the online contest last summer on a whim. He described how his camping adventures transitioned from him and his wife in a tent with 3 children to just him, his wife, and their dog in an older trailer.
Our camper was old, but it served us good, and we didn't want to go too far, afraid something happened, but now we got something new. Come on with it, right?
The prize for the contest is a 2015 Jayco tent trailer worth $11,000.
It's great that one of our local people won the contest, and we're very proud as Sellers RV to be able to provide a prize for Go Rving Canada.
Callahan and his family used to travel across Alberta in their 1981 RV, but now they're planning a bigger trip to visit their son in Whitehorse. Well, it was a night of laughs, good food, and entertainment as dozens of seniors were treated to a night out on the town thanks to some Holy Rosary High School students. Here's this week's Beyond the Classroom.
Holy Rosary High School's common area was transformed into a dinner and dance hall last Saturday. This as more than 100 seniors from different nursing homes were waited on by the Key Club for this special event.
So they could have a wonderful time, and so they could see their old friends, and so that they could have a wonderful meal and just get out of the house a little bit.
The Key Club is a social justice group with a common goal to make the community a better place. This event had more than 75 students helping out, from cooking the food to serving it to entertaining the crowd. It's all about paying it forward.
So that's what this event is all about, just to give kids a glimpse of where they could be in a few years, a few decades kind of thing. And if they have it for somebody now, maybe somebody's going to provide that kind of a service for them when they're a senior or an elderly person.
This is the 4th year the students have held this event. Not only is it a treat for the seniors, but the students too.
We get to dance with the senior citizens and talk a little bit with them and visit and see how they're doing, just get to know them a little more personally, and so that's one of my favorite parts of tonight.
As for the seniors, they give this dinner and dance 2 thumbs up.
Whenever there's food, it's enjoyable.
It's awesome. The music is good, the food is good.
In the end, you could say it was a picture-perfect evening.
We want to take a picture of all of you right now, so if you could just turn up here and smile, that'd be great. 1, 2, 3.
Well, from the desert sand to the frozen tundra, our Canadian Armed Forces has seen one extreme to the other when defending our country. And well, from lectures in a classroom to actual training in the field, there is a lot to take in. In a Newcap News exclusive, our cameras were invited to the biggest training exercise for reservists in the 41 Canadian Brigade Group at CFB Wainwright, as troops prepare to go into simulated battle. Here now is part one of our three-part series.
Tent after tent, truck after truck. The 41 Canadian Brigade Group sets up its headquarters in a field about 25 minutes south of CFB Wainwright. One of these tents is the command suite. That's where the briefing takes place. Major John Vintar providing the commander and others insight into the exercise.
A 25 vehicle convoy moved along Diamond Route past the area, at which point we had discovered that the enemy was holding Padlow Bridge.
Major Vintar is discussing strategies for Exercise Belligerent Grizzly. Soldiers will attack a mock village to rid insurgents who have taken over.
This is the confirmation of it. This is the thing that they've been training for all the time. So it's a tactical scenario that uses all the skills they've acquired either at training courses or training with their units throughout the year.
Major Vintar signed up as a reservist in 1981. It was his way to give back to the country that welcomed his father, who immigrated back in the 30s from then Yugoslavia. The major served tours in Bosnia and Sudan. He explains what a reservist does.
We are part-time soldiers. I'm a reservist as well, even though I work full-time. But for most of these people, they have family, career, and they still take the time out to serve one night a week, one weekend a month, sometimes more, volunteering for operations, most recently in Afghanistan or in small missions around the world. It's the citizen soldier of Canada.
We came off a kick-ass attack yesterday. The guys have been driving it really hard, so it's been a good X for us.
Major Andrew Beauchamp is the company commander for the exercise. He develops the plan of attack, issues the orders, and oversees the operation.
It's a systematic process where you review the situation, so what's going on with the enemy, and how you can employ your friendly forces, or how you can use your team to encounter that enemy. So through that thought process is how you determine where you're going to lay out your forces, what resources, what additional resources you're going to need to face that threat, and from that process you come up with your scheme of maneuver, so how you're going to deploy and how you'll move through the battle.
There are approximately 300 soldiers from 9 different reserve units across Alberta, including dozens from the United States Army National Guard troops. Now, after months of training, both in the classroom and on the field, Exercise Belligerent Grizzly is a big deal for them. This is where they put their skills to the test.
3, 2, 1. Right outside the gate. Door check left. Door check. 3, 2, 1. Door clear. Door clear. Room clear. Room clear.
Dozens of American soldiers are taking part in the exercise. Their light-colored camo not exactly blending in with the Canadian green, but their fight is just as united.
They've loved this opportunity to do this. We aren't really able to train in these engineer tasks enough a lot. So the chance to come out here to a new environment and train with different cultures and just really get to see this engineer tasks, it's really exciting for them, especially just to have this type of scenario and experience.
So for now, the practice rates continue in preparation for the final assault.
In part 2 of our exclusive look behind Exercise Belligerent Grizzly, we take a look at the artillery training.